My dear friend, take a deep breath and allow your heart to settle. You did not come across this message by accident. The universe is always speaking to us, guiding us, nudging us toward the light, even when we can't see it. Right now, in this moment, something beautiful is being prepared for you. Yes, you. God has a big surprise in store for your life, and it's unfolding in perfect divine timing. Take a moment, just a gentle moment, to breathe deeply. Let your shoulders drop. Let the tension in your chest soften. You are exactly where you are meant to be. You may not fully understand the why right now, and that's okay, because the truth is there are no coincidences. Nothing is random. Everything in your life, every twist, every turn, every delay, and every detour is unfolding according to a greater plan. It is all divine timing. You are part of a much bigger story than you can see. The universe or God, however you choose to name that higher power, is not indifferent to you. You are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. You are seen, loved, and guided with far more precision and care than you realize. Sometimes we become frustrated when things don't go our way. We wanted something to happen and it didn't, or maybe it did happen and then it fell apart. We wonder if we made a mistake or if we're being punished or abandoned. But what if instead the plan we made for ourselves was simply too small? What if the rejection was protection? What if the delay was alignment? It's in the waiting that we grow. It's in the quiet seasons that our roots reach deeper. And it's in those moments when we feel forgotten that we're actually being hidden for something greater. Imagine that. Hidden, not because you are unworthy, but because what is meant for you is still preparing its way. The people, the opportunities, the timing, it's all being divinely woven together behind the curtain. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not happening. Think of a seed planted in rich soil. It spends weeks, even months, buried in darkness. There is no applause, no visible progress, but under the surface a miracle is taking shape. The roots are forming, the stem is pushing upward, and in time, in the right time, the sprout breaks through the soil and meets the sunlight. The seed never worried about when. It simply trusted the process. You, my dear, are like that seed. You may feel like nothing is changing. You may feel like you've been waiting for so long, but what's meant for you is not lost. It's growing toward you, even as you read this. There is a divine intelligence guiding your steps. Every delay you've encountered was not a dead end. It was a redirection. Every heartbreak wasn't your undoing. It was your reshaping. And every time you were asked to wait, it was only because something better was being prepared. You don't have to force what's meant for you. You don't have to beg or chase or worry yourself into exhaustion. What is divinely yours will never miss you. But in order to receive it, you must trust. You must stop trying to figure everything out with the limited view you have and rest in the knowing that there is more going on than you can see. So many people give up just before the miracle. They walk away from the garden before the flower blooms. But you don't have to. You can choose to believe that the timing of your life is perfect, even if it looks imperfect from your point of view. You can choose to see divine order in the chaos. You can choose to believe that even this, especially this, is working for your highest good. And when you look back one day, when the pieces come together and the blessing arrives, you'll understand why it took the time it did. You'll see that every delay was filled with purpose, that every no was actually a not yet, that every unanswered prayer was either a redirection or a preparation for something better. So for now, rest in trust. You are not behind. You are not late. You are not missing out. You are being guided step by step to something you cannot yet see. There's no need to rush or panic. The plan for your life is unfolding with divine precision. Let that sink into your spirit. Nothing is random. Everything is divine timing. You are held in love. You are walking a path that was chosen with care, and in time, everything you've waited for will find you. Not a moment too early and not a moment too late, but right on time. Even when life feels uncertain, even when you can't see the full picture, trust this truth. You are being guided towards something greater. You may not always recognize the signs. You may not always understand the why. But behind every experience, every ending, every beginning, every quiet moment in between, there is a sacred intelligence at work. One that knows you better than you know yourself. One that sees where you've been, where you are now, and where your soul is meant to go. You are not lost. You are not forgotten. You are not off your path. Sometimes it may feel that way, especially when the road is winding, especially when it leads you somewhere unfamiliar. But those unexpected turns are not accidents. They are invitations. Invitations to rise higher, to expand, to become more than you ever imagined you could be. Often we cling to comfort. We hold tightly to what's known, even when it no longer serves us. We stay in relationships, environments, or patterns that feel safe but limit our growth. And when life starts to shift, when people walk away or opportunities dissolve, it can feel like we're losing everything, but you're not losing. You're being repositioned. You're being gently, or sometimes forcefully, moved toward a higher purpose. The universe doesn't take away to punish. It removes to prepare. It clears space so that something greater can enter. It nudges you, sometimes softly, sometimes through disruption, to align you with your truth. And that truth is this: you are not meant to live a life of fear or smallness. You were meant to rise, to evolve, to discover the beautiful depth and strength of your soul. Every challenge you faced was not in vain. Every delay, every heartbreak, every closed door was a step on the path to something better. It may not have felt like it at the time. It may have broken your heart. But even in the breaking, you were being rebuilt. The pain refined you. The loss taught you what truly matters. The waiting strengthened your trust in divine timing. You are not meant to understand everything all at once. If you did, where would the mystery be? Where would the magic live? Life unfolds one chapter at a time, and each one brings you closer to the fullness of who you are. Sometimes you'll walk through light, sometimes through shadow, but both are sacred. Both are necessary. The shadow reveals what needs healing. The light shows you how far you've come. Right now, you may feel like you're in the in-between. Not where you once were, but not yet where you want to be. That space can feel uncomfortable, but it's also holy. That's where the transformation happens. That's where you learn to let go of control and lean into faith. That's where you surrender the old version of yourself to make room for the new. And the new you is powerful, wiser, softer in some places, stronger in others, more aligned with truth, more attuned to love. You don't need to chase or force what's meant for you. What is divinely yours will come not through struggle, but through alignment. When you stop resisting the flow, when you stop clinging to what no longer serves, you allow grace to carry you. You are being guided by something higher. Call it God, the universe, source. The name doesn't matter. What matters is the knowing, the deep, quiet knowing that you are not alone. That every step you take, whether forward or backward, is still movement toward your highest good. Start noticing the subtle signs. A conversation that sparks hope. A book that falls into your hands at the right moment. A thought that brings peace out of nowhere. These are not random. These are whispers from the divine, encouragement from the unseen. Gentle reminders that you are on your way. You don't have to have all the answers. You don't have to know what comes next. You just have to trust the guidance. Follow what feels aligned. Say yes to what lifts you. Say no to what dims your light. Walk with intention. Listen with your heart. Let your inner wisdom, that quiet, unwavering voice within, be your compass. And when doubt arises, as it sometimes will, return to this truth. You are being guided towards something greater. Life is not happening to you, it is happening for you. And soon what once felt confusing will make perfect sense. You'll look back and see that every detour was actually direction, that every no was protecting a greater yes, that everything you lost made room for everything you were always meant to gain. So take a deep breath, let go of the fear, embrace the unfolding. You are on your way. Not to just any life, but to the life that was divinely designed for you. There is a sacred energy that surrounds you every time you speak from your heart. Whether you whisper a prayer in silence or cry out through tears in the stillness of the night, your words are never lost. They are not ignored. They are not forgotten. Every prayer you have ever sent out into the universe, every hope, every cry for help, every quiet plea, it has been heard. Sometimes we expect an immediate response. We hope that as soon as we ask, the answer will come, wrapped neatly, without delay, without struggle. But divine timing is not like human timing. What you call a delay, the universe calls preparation. What you view as silence may actually be sacred alignment. You are not being denied. You are being guided. Your prayers are powerful. They move energy. They open doors you can't yet see. They shift the unseen into motion. But because we live in a world that craves instant results, it's easy to forget that the most meaningful answers often take time. Sometimes your prayer is answered not with a sudden yes, but with a journey of growth, of letting go, of discovering what you truly need, not just what you think you want. If you've been waiting, if you've been feeling unheard, I invite you to pause and take a breath. Feel the loving presence around you. Nothing you've asked for in sincerity has gone unnoticed. Every word from your soul has been collected by the divine. Not one has been discarded. There is an intelligence in this universe that knows you intimately. It knows your past, your longings, your wounds, and your potential. It sees beyond what your eyes can see. So when your prayer seems unanswered, trust that there is something working behind the curtain. A plan far more beautiful and whole than anything you could orchestrate on your own. Sometimes the answer is not yet because the conditions aren't ready, or because you are still healing, or because there is a better path being carved just for you. You wouldn't want a half-formed blessing. You wouldn't want something rushed that cannot last. And so the universe holds back, not out of cruelty, but out of love. Because what's meant for you deserves to arrive in wholeness, not in fragment. Other times your prayer is answered in a way you don't expect. Maybe not through the person you hoped would change. Maybe not in the job or relationship you imagined, but in something better. Something that aligns more deeply with your soul. Trust that divine wisdom sees the whole picture when you can only see a piece. And know this, silence is not absence. Delay is not denial. There are times when the divine is quiet because the answer is being formed within you. The growth, the resilience, the clarity, those are all answers too. Every day you rise with hope. Every moment you choose peace instead of panic. Every time you release fear and lean into trust. Those are sacred responses to your own prayer. The universe is not just hearing your words, it is feeling your energy, your vibration, your faith, your willingness to believe even when there is no evidence yet. That is the purest form of co-creation. to declare, I believe it is coming, even when nothing has changed. Yet, you are not forgotten. You are not being punished. You are not alone in this process. In fact, you are more supported than you know. The angels are around you. The energy of love surrounds you. And even now, as you wonder when or how, the answer is being woven into the fabric of your life. Let this bring comfort to your heart. Every time you pray, you open yourself to guidance. You activate healing. You raise your vibration. And even when the world around you seems still, the spiritual realm is in motion. Keep trusting. Keep thanking the universe in advance. Keep aligning with love and release the need to control the outcome. Because one day, maybe soon, maybe quietly, the answer will come. And it will make sense. You'll understand the waiting, the delays, the detours. You'll see how everything was working together, even when you couldn't see it. You'll realize that your prayers were not just heard, they were honored and answered in the way that served your highest good. So keep speaking to the divine, keep sharing your heart, keep choosing faith over fear. Your prayers are not empty words. They are divine seeds planted in sacred soil, and even now they are growing in ways that will someday bloom into blessings far beyond what you ever imagined. There's a beautiful mystery in the way life unfolds, a soft divine orchestration working behind the scenes, guiding you gently even when you feel lost. You may think you know how your story will go. You may have plans, timelines, expectations all lined up, but the universe often smiles and whispers, wait. What's coming is far greater than anything you could have planned. The surprise is bigger than you imagined. Sometimes things fall apart not to break you, but to make room. Room for something far more aligned. Sometimes you're asked to wait, not because you're forgotten, but because your blessing is still being prepared. And not just any blessing, something that will leave you in awe, something that will shift your perspective, renew your joy, and remind you just how deeply loved you truly are. There are seasons where nothing seems to be happening. You pray, you hope, you do your part, but still silence, still no visible change. It's easy in those moments to think you've been overlooked, that maybe your desires were too big, your faith too naive. But don't let the silence fool you. Underneath what looks like stillness, miracles are being arranged. People are being moved, opportunities are aligning. Energy is shifting. The roots are growing before the bloom appears. You see only what's in front of you. But the universe sees the full picture, the future that's waiting just beyond what your eyes can reach. You may be expecting a small breakthrough, a gentle answer to your prayer. But what's actually coming is more radiant, more expansive, more extraordinary than anything you dare to believe. And here's the beautiful truth. The universe isn't limited by your past. It isn't bound by statistics or probabilities. It doesn't operate by logic alone. It creates from love. It answers from wisdom. It works through faith. What's coming your way isn't based on what you've lost, but on who you've become. And when you grow, so do the blessings you attract. There were moments you thought you couldn't go on. Days you cried in silence, questioning everything. But through it all, you kept showing up. You kept believing, even if only a little. You kept taking steps, even with trembling feet. That resilience has not gone unnoticed. That silent strength has opened doors you haven't even seen yet. You don't have to know how it will all come together. You don't have to see the full map to take the next step. Just trust, not because everything is certain, but because you are connected to something greater, something that has carried you this far and will not leave you now. Your dreams are sacred. Your desires are valid. They were placed in your heart for a reason. You are not foolish for wanting more. You are not selfish for expecting joy. You are a co-creator in a universe that wants to delight you. And when you let go of how you think it should come, you make space for a greater surprise to enter. You look back one day and smile, not just at what arrived, but at how beautifully it all came together, how the timing, though frustrating at the time, was perfect, how the detours led to deeper healing, how the no you feared was actually a divine redirection toward a bigger yes. And it won't be just about the material manifestation. Yes, there will be abundance. Yes, there will be opportunities and open doors. But more than that, there will be peace. There will be purpose. There will be a profound sense of alignment, a knowing that you are exactly where you were always meant to be. So take a deep breath. You don't have to force or chase or beg. What's meant for you is already making its way. And it's not ordinary, it's not small, it's not predictable. It's bigger than you imagined. It will fill your heart in ways you didn't know were possible. Let yourself dream again. Let yourself believe in beautiful surprises. Say thank you now, not because you see it yet, but because you trust that it's coming, because you know that you are worthy of miracles. Because you are. This is not the end, it's a beginning. And just beyond this moment of waiting, a surprise is being wrapped in grace and delivered straight to your soul. Get ready. Something extraordinary is on the way. You must make room for the miracle. It's not that miracles aren't available to you, it's that sometimes your life is so filled with clutter, doubt, old pain, and past stories that there's no space for them to land. Imagine a room so packed with boxes that a beautiful new gift can't even be brought through the door. The same is true with your energy, your thoughts, your heart. The miracle is coming, but it needs space to arrive. Letting go isn't always easy. We become attached to outcomes, to people, to timelines, to identities that once made us feel safe. But as we evolve, we're asked to release the things that no longer serve who we are becoming. This is not punishment. This is preparation. Because something greater is coming, something lighter, more aligned, more alive. And if you want to receive it fully, you must first release what no longer fits. Sometimes this means letting go of what you thought your life would look like. Sometimes it means closing doors that stayed open far too long. Other times it means surrendering the belief that you have to do everything alone, that you are unworthy, or that it's too late for you. These are the heavy stories that block the miracle. These are the walls that need to come down. You are not being asked to clear space as a punishment. You are being invited to participate in your own transformation. Every time you release what's heavy, you create space for what's holy. Every time you let go of control, you open your hands to receive something better. Every time you choose trust over fear, you are expanding your capacity to receive. The miracle is already set in motion. It exists in a realm just beyond your physical sight. It is not waiting to be created, it is waiting to be claimed. But it needs room in your life. It needs the fertile soil of faith, of openness, of willingness to receive. You don't need to figure out how it will happen. You just need to prepare your space. Align your energy. Clear your heart. Choose peace. Think of nature. When a tree sheds its leaves, it's not dying, it's preparing for new life. When the ground is tilled, it looks messy, unsettled, but it's being made ready for seeds. In the same way, your current discomfort might just be the clearing before the miracle. Don't fear the release. Don't resist the emptiness. The empty space is sacred. It's where the light pours in. You may be wondering, what do I need to let go of? Sometimes the answer is clear. a toxic relationship, a belief rooted in fear, a job that drains your soul. Other times it's more subtle, a habit of negative thinking, a pattern of self-sabotage, the constant need to know what's next. Trust that whatever needs to go will reveal itself to you, gently, with love, when you are ready. And when it does, honor that inner nudge. Don't cling to what is fading. Don't beg what's breaking to stay. Let it go with gratitude. Thank it for what it taught you and release it so your hands are free. Remember, the universe doesn't take anything away without preparing to replace it with something more aligned. But you must be willing to make space. Sometimes making room is also about rest, stillness, a deep breath that says, I don't have to hustle for my worth anymore. The miracle doesn't require you to be perfect. It just needs you to be present, awake, ready, open. When you make space within, the outer world begins to shift. You attract what you are prepared to receive. There is no miracle too big for you, no dream too far gone, no wound too deep that it cannot be healed. But the miracle cannot arrive in a space that is filled with resistance, fear, and old energy. You must trust that your willingness to release is not loss, it is alignment. It is faith in action. It is a sacred invitation for something new. You may not see it yet, but it's coming. The joy, the clarity, the abundance, the love, the healing, the peace. It's all waiting for the space to open within you. So begin there. Make room in your mind for new thoughts. Make room in your body for rest and renewal. Make room in your spirit for wonder. Breathe deeply. Clean the inner house. Bless what is leaving. Welcome what is on the way. The miracle you've been praying for is not just possible, it's prepared, it's close. And when you choose to make space for it, you align with the frequency of receiving. You signal to the universe that you are ready, not desperate, not begging, but ready. You are worthy of the good that's coming. Even if your past tells a different story, even if you've made mistakes, even if others have made you feel small, unimportant, or unworthy, none of that defines you. You were born with worth. You are not here to beg for love, chase approval, or prove your value. You are here to receive, to grow, to heal, and to live a life full of beauty, peace, and joy. Sometimes life teaches us to expect the bare minimum, to accept pain as normal, to get used to disappointment, and we begin to believe that struggle is all we're meant to know. But the truth is, you were never meant to settle. You were never meant to spend your life in survival mode. You are not here just to get by. You are here to thrive. You are here to witness miracles, to experience the kind of love, success, and abundance that feels like a deep exhale, like coming home to yourself. The good that's coming may not always arrive in the way you expected, but it is on its way, crafted perfectly for your soul, not your fears. You don't have to earn it through suffering. You don't have to prove you're good enough. You already are. You already have the light within you. It's not about doing more. It's about remembering who you are. A divine being, a soul with infinite potential, a heart capable of giving and receiving in the most beautiful ways. You may have been told otherwise. You may have grown up with people who didn't know how to love you in the way you needed. You may have faced rejection, heartbreak, and failure, but none of that was a reflection of your worth. It was only a reflection of their own limitations, their own pain, their own inability to see the sacredness in you. Every time you choose to believe that better is possible for you, you shift the energy around you. Every time you choose to speak kindly to yourself, to hope again, to take another step forward, you align yourself with the good that's already been assigned to your name. You are not too late. You are not too broken. You are not too far gone. You are exactly where you need to be to receive what's next. Don't let fear talk you out of your future. Don't let the opinions of others decide your destiny. Don't shrink yourself just to make others comfortable. You were not created to play small. You were created to rise, to shine, to walk with grace and strength. The good that's coming isn't reserved for other people. It's for you too. Let yourself expect it. Let yourself believe in it. Speak it into your life. I am worthy of love. I am worthy of joy. I am worthy of peace. I am worthy of financial freedom. I am worthy of deep friendships, of radiant health, of divine opportunities. I am worthy of a life that feels good in my soul. There is power in those words. There is healing in that belief. When you stop rejecting the good and start welcoming it, you create space for miracles to happen. Your energy becomes magnetic, your heart softens, your mind opens, and suddenly the things you once thought were out of reach begin to show up. Sometimes quietly, sometimes boldly, but always right on time. And when they do, don't question whether you deserve them. You do. Don't sabotage them. Embrace them. Don't doubt their presence. Receive them. You've done the inner work. You've walked through the fire. You've grown through what you didn't think you'd survive. That's not just strength. That's preparation. You were being made ready for the very thing your heart desires. You are allowed to feel joy without guilt. You are allowed to rest without shame. You are allowed to laugh, to dance, to fall in love with your life, even if it's still in progress. You don't have to wait for everything to be perfect. Worthiness isn't something you arrive at. It's something you remember. Right now, in this moment, you are already enough. So hold your head high, open your arms wide. Say thank you for the good that's on its way, because it is coming. Not because you begged for it, not because you chased it, but because you aligned with the truth of who you are. A worthy, radiant soul, fully capable of receiving all the love, joy, peace, and abundance life has to offer. It's okay to outgrow your pain. It's okay to welcome ease. It's okay to live a life that feels better than you imagined. You were never meant to suffer forever. The tide is turning. The healing is working. The good is getting closer. Let it in. You are worthy of the good that's coming. Always have been, always will be.